On February 16, 1995, an 8-year-old girl named Emily disappeared from a small town in Ohio. She had been standing outside her house with her family watching a parade pass by at around 7:30 in the evening. As is common in the area, people come out of their homes or stand on their porches to watch parades. Children often dance to the music, and Emily was doing the same. However, after the parade left, she vanished. No one could find her, and amidst the chaos of the crowd, a man named John Doe had kidnapped her. He took the helpless 8-year-old girl to a secluded area where he assaulted and then strangled her. On February 25th, Emily's lifeless body was found in an abandoned shed in the same area. In 1998, when John Doe was arrested, he was 25 years old. This implies that around 1995, when he committed his first crime, he was approximately 22 years old. A 7-year-old girl named Sarah was sleeping outside her house with her uncle and grandmother. Sarah's father was not at home, and her mother and 2 brothers were sleeping on the roof. At 3 in the morning, Sarah's mother woke up and noticed that Sarah was missing. Despite searching everywhere, they couldn't find her. John Doe had abducted this 7-year-old girl from right in front of her house. He took her to a field where he assaulted her and then killed her. This was John's second crime. Only 2 months later, on September 11, 1995, he abducted a 6-year-old girl named Jessica. Using a similar method, he assaulted and killed her as well. Jessica had gone to a shop to buy candy at 1 in the afternoon, but never returned. Her lifeless body was found in a field the next day. On September 12th, everyone realized that they were dealing with a serial killer who was also a pedophile. The search for this serial killer continued, and one thing became clear. Robert Smith, the man they had put in jail, was innocent. Despite being in jail, he was still being linked to murders. Finally, 18 months after Robert's arrest, he was released from jail. Approximately a month later, John struck again. This time, he targeted a 6-year-old girl named Jenny, who was with her uncle when she went missing around 2:30 in the afternoon. They returned, but Jenny didn't. When asked, her uncle explained that Jenny was still with them, otherwise they would have left her outside the house where she was playing. Everyone got scared when they started looking for Jenny again. Jenny couldn't be found, and the next day her lifeless body was discovered. This was the 4th child to experience such a fate. The anger among people grew, and they staged protests. The police were unable to do anything. It wasn't as if the killer was some mastermind who couldn't be caught. The local police superintendent was transferred after public outrage, and the police presence increased in the surrounding areas. They advised people to keep their children in their sight, especially girls. If possible, don't let them go out without reason. But locking children inside their homes wasn't a solution. Proper investigation was needed. In January, John kidnapped 2 girls. The first victim was Lilie, a 5-year-old girl who survived. After kidnapping Lilie, John left her for dead, but when Lilie's body was found, she was still breathing. There wasn't much specific information about John, so he escaped again. The second victim was Anna, a 6-year-old girl. Anna had gone out to play with her friends but didn't return home. Anna's sister revealed that a man on a bicycle had taken Anna away. The next day, Anna's lifeless body was found. After these 2 kidnappings, people's anger escalated and protests erupted. The police investigation was ongoing, and they suspected that this serial killer might also be in a nearby city. After all, the city was close to the small town. The local police superintendent in the nearby city also got involved in the investigation. Within a few days, the police arrested a man sitting at a roadside diner. His name was Tom Brown, and his mental state wasn't stable. Tom's interrogation was quite bizarre. During the investigation, he kept laughing and casually confessed to killing a 70-year-old woman. He described how he murdered people and disposed of their bodies. The police were baffled, unsure whether Tom was telling the truth or lying. His personality was strange. He sang vulgar songs all day long. If someone mentioned sex or a film actress in front of him, he would become embarrassed and start making inappropriate remarks. It seemed like he had a warped sense of humor and mental instability. Psychiatric analysis revealed that there was a slim chance he had actually killed anyone. Even when Tom was in jail, John kidnapped 2 girls, Emma and Grace. He sexually assaulted and killed them. Surprisingly, Tom remained uninvolved in these murders. Despite being in jail, he continued to be a target. Another inmate hit him on the head with a stone, and Tom died in jail on June 22, 1997. John struck again, kidnapping a 7-year-old girl named Mia. He sexually assaulted and killed her. On July 10th, the police arrested the wrong man for the third time. This time they apprehended Michael Johnson, who allegedly confessed to killing Mia. But how this confession was extracted remains a mystery. Even after Michael's arrest, a 9-year-old girl was kidnapped and found dead, making it the third time the police had arrested the wrong person. Angry protests erupted, leading to violent clashes with the police. 2 people were killed during the chaos. The case was eventually handed over to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. The city was on edge, and the police presence increased. Despite this, John remained inactive for the next 11 months. After nearly a year, in November, he kidnapped a 6-year-old girl named Sophie. She was returning home from her father's shop when John abducted her on a bicycle. He assaulted her twice and left her unconscious, believing she was dead. He dumped her body in a nearby field. 2 days later, a passerby found Sophie crying under a bridge. The man approached her and asked for her name and address. Sophie remembered her name but couldn't recall her address. The man took her to a police station where officers immediately recognized her as a victim of the serial killer. Sophie revealed that she had been kidnapped on a bicycle and assaulted by John. The man had dark skin and a slight beard. During the investigation, the police traced John to his workplace, a factory. After nearly 3 years of searching, they finally arrested him. Dr. Robert Green examined John for 13 days and concluded that he was not mentally ill. Following his arrest, John admitted to committing 14 crimes. He provided detailed confessions for all incidents which matched the evidence. Although he later retracted his confession, the police had substantial evidence against him. A lie detection test was also conducted, confirming the consistency of his details. The court sentenced him to life imprisonment, bringing an end to his reign of terror and providing a sense of closure to the grieving community and families of the victims.